story that you're trying to figure out and solve the mystery if you want to. If you don't want to do that part, then you don't have to do it. You can just walk through and go, "Oh, wow, that's cool looking."
Yeah.
So, it's that.
So Meow Wolf
How
is,
would you explain it?
I don't
Right?
know. That's pretty good.
That's why
So
you make me explain it, because you don't
yeah,
know? Okay.
I just like watching you struggle. I don't know.
Oh,
So
that's okay.
I'm
That
just
was
kidding.
on camera, ladies and gentlemen,
All right.
recorded. There's my
So no,
evidence.
she actually described it really well. So Meow Wolf, I think they have like maybe 5 locations that like we've been to. This was our third one that we
This
went
is our
to.
3rd.
And each one is designed on the surface like something normal that we're used to, right? Like the one in Vegas is designed as a grocery store. Another one was a radio station, and another one was a house, like a family's home. But as you dig into it, you can like open up things you didn't think you should be able to open that are doors into secret areas. It gets really weird once you get past the surface level, and things get even stranger, and it's really kind of a magical place where you really get to focus on discovery and exploration, and it really gets you to think differently. And so we're like, what should we talk about on today's podcast? I was like, let's talk about Meow Wolf and how important it is to think differently or to expose ourselves to something new or different from what we've been doing, because this is what we do with our coaching clients. A lot of our stuff is very contrary to what they've been told or what they've been taught or what they think they should be doing. And so we focus and get into, different ideas of how to do pricing from what everybody else is doing, different ideas of how to do growth and build these growth engines than everybody else is doing. And sometimes we just need to put ourselves in an environment in which we're going to be exposed to something unique, different, in order to get us out of our current rut, of our current level of thinking. Because our current level of thinking is what's causing us to stay stuck or to stay trapped. And this is why I value a lot getting coaches, getting mentors, joining masterminds, joining programs, because it exposes us to new ideas and new things and gets us to think differently. And it challenges our current thinking, allows others to challenge our current thinking. And they can see things that we can't see because we're too close to the fire sometimes to see it. And I can't tell you how many times I've had one of my coaches give me some advice or point out something should have been super obvious to me. And I thought, that's exactly what I would have told a client to do. And I'm just like, just, kind of kicking myself. And, but it's good medicine and it's really helpful. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Let's do that. So, Meow Wolf, you might open up the refrigerator in the house and find out it is actually a hallway that leads into a whole different area. If you're in the grocery store, you might open up one of the refrigerator freezer door sections, and the whole thing opens, including what you see in the glass door, and then you can walk into a whole different area. And so it's just, and there's multiple floors in each of the ones we've been in. So there's like
Mhm.
stairways and elevators, and it's just pretty wild. And the deeper you get into it, the weirder it all gets. And it gets really, really weird. And so it's totally outside of your current normal reality. In fact, that's kind of the idea between all the three we've been to is you're kind of stepping into, there's always this theme of alternate realities
Mhm.
and multiple realities and sometimes weird alternate life forms and non-human creatures, and things are just really strange. And so it's really fun to get into because you don't know what to expect. And so what I thought is brilliant is it puts you into a state that we usually only experience as children, which is this state of discovery and this joy of exploration and of discovery. And I feel like that's where we should be as business owners. But business gets hard and we learn through pain and we have a lot of trauma as business owners. And so we start avoiding like new things and discovery and getting excited about making changes. And this is something I think we've been really good at DoorGrow, is bringing this newness, almost like they're starting their business fresh with a new lens and a new set of ideas to look at their business. And it's like starting a business, which is over again, which is the exciting part. And so that's my challenge to everybody listening is make sure to expose yourself to new ideas. It doesn't have to be us. It doesn't have to be DoorGrow. I think we're the best in the industry at doing this. We're very different, very unique. But get something that's going to inject some new ideas and some new life into what you're doing. So yeah, so that was kind of my thought or take on it.
I think one of the cool things about Meow Wolf is as you're kind of walking through it, there's these seemingly normal items or objects
Mm,
that don't function as you would think they would. They're actually a portal or a secret door, or there's
mm.
more to it than you would think. For
Yeah.
example, the first one we went to in the house, you're walking through and you see the laundry room. And there's normal items that would be in a laundry room, like a washer and a dryer. And I
Mhm.
think they had a sink and some detergent and things like that. And if you didn't ever stop to look or really stop to explore, you would have looked at it for surface value and went, okay, washer and dryer. Yeah, cool. Laundry room, whatever. Let's
Mm,
move on to the next thing because I don't know why we're supposed to be in here. If you actually stopped to explore it and you opened the washer and the dryer, they were both actually this way. It was one was a slide and one was like this tunnel that you had to like crawl through. You remember like
mm.
when McDonald's used to be fun as a kid and you'd have all the like nets and the tubes and the slides and all.
Yeah.
It's that. Um, it's not that extensive, but so one was a slide and one was like this tunnel that you crawl through, and then it takes you to a whole different area and a whole
Mm,
different room, and that's kind of their alternate universe is back through that way. And that's one of the many ways that you can reach that alternate. But if you don't actually stop to explore it and really check it out instead of just looking at it and thinking, oh, this is useless. Okay, why is there a washer and dryer here? Oh, that's stupid. Well, then you would miss the whole other part that
mm.
you would only find if you explore it. So really, it's like this whole secret world back there and this
Yeah.
portal that can transport you to somewhere else. And I think there's a lot of things in life that are like that. How
Yeah.
many times have we looked at something? I do this all the time because I'm a J and Myers-Briggs. I look at something and I go, "Pat, useless, stupid, not worth my
Judging,
time. This
Myers-Briggs.
is this isn't important. I don't need this. I
Mm,
don't need to worry about this." We all do it in different ways, and in business, it's one of them, right? How many times did you hear an idea or research a tool or, think about something, doing something a different way, and then go, yeah, I'm not going to do that because on the surface, all you were seeing was a washer and dryer,
mm.
and perhaps you failed to see what was deeper. Is yeah, it's a washer and a dryer, but there's so much more that you didn't even check out. You didn't even get to learn about because you immediately brushed it off.
I realized that I think that's what DoorGrow is for a lot of clients. Like we look like the normal thing on the surface. People are like, oh yeah, they focus on growth. They probably do some sort of lead gen service or marketing or something. But when they start asking questions or talking to us, they start going, hey, this is pretty unique. This is different. They're telling me like they're explaining to me why what everybody else is telling me to do doesn't actually work or should be different. And when people join our program and get into it, they're always like surprised. There's so much available, so many new ideas, so many things they can fix or tweak in their business, ways they could work less, ways they could generate more revenue. And they're always surprised because they've been to all the
Yeah.
conferences, they've learned all the stuff that is generally out there, they think. And so, yeah, we give them that Aladdin experience, a whole new world, right?
Oh, now
So
he's singing. Maybe on that note.
it's time to end. Yeah. A whole new world. All right. So,
Wow.
yeah. So, yeah. So that's kind of, like there's this state of wonder, learning, and that's what business I think should be. Business should be a problem that we enjoy working on because I think that's the secret to happiness is to have a problem where that's fun. It's a challenge. Going through and figuring out all the spaces and how to reach all the areas in Meow Wolf, it's a challenge, but it's fun. Yeah, it's really enjoyable. And now I want to go visit all the other
All
ones
the
that
other
we
I
haven't
know,
seen
right?
yet. So we might plan trips
Mhm.
just to go see these because it's
Should
just
do that.
so interesting and unique. Yeah. Cool. So that's our message today. And so we'll go ahead and wrap up. But if you are struggling to think differently or get new ideas, you feel like you know it all, maybe reach out to DoorGrow and let us blow your mind a little bit. You can check us out at doorgrow.com. And with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up. Until next time, to our mutual growth, let's grow together, everybody. Bye.